Hello everybody, it's been a long time since I've done a crypto video, but today I'm going to do one. It's on stable coins and crypto banking Senate committee and all this stuff. It's kind of, to me, it's kind of like, it's crazy. And the reason why I say that, I'm going to give you the good, bad, and the ugly, everything, okay? And I hope you make this video go viral so maybe somebody in the banking Senate will see it as I see it, and maybe they'll get this thing passed with stablecoin yields and everything else. But banks do not realize on the money they're fixing to miss out on if they do not give yields on these stable coins or dividends on these stable coins. It's crazy because they don't realize they're thinking about it like this. They're 6 trillion and we're going to lose 6 trillion in people pulling out of their savings account and buying these stable coins. Yeah, that's true. But within 3 to 5 years, that money is going to come back to traditional banking, making you around 15 trillion. So they're missing out. And I'll give you an example. Typical Americans like me who are in their 40s or 50s, even late 30s, when they make these dividends off these stablecoins, you really think they're going to keep that in digital assets? No, they're going to take those dividends off of their investments and they're going to stick it into their savings account for their retirement. And then you're going to have other people who take these dividends. Let's say they make $20,000, if it's possible, on these dividends or whatever they make, and they're going to go get what? Auto loans for these new cars that are so high, or home loans because they've been wanting to buy a house for so long, or buy them a new car for so long they can't afford to do it with their regular job. So they're going to take these dividends and go get these auto loans and these home loans and put money back in these savings account, and all this money flows right back to the banks. These mortgage loans, these car loans. Who do you think you get these loans from? These banks. I mean, if you're lucky enough to make enough dividends over the years to actually pay cash for a vehicle, then you won't need one. But I don't see that really happening like that to a lot of people. They're most of the time going to say, oh, I made 20 grand. And they're going to take that 20 grand and be like, I've been needing a car for a long time and I've never owned a new car. They're going to go buy one of these $100,000 vehicles where they put 20,000 down, and then they can actually afford what? The car payment or the home. They've never had a home. They're going to take that money and go pay down on the home because they're tired of this high rent, and they're going to go buy them a home where they can just pay a mortgage, which is like a quarter of what people are trying to rent apartments and houses for. So the bank is basically shooting themselves in their own foot. So they'd rather not let 6 trillion go to earn like triple their money, like 15 trillion. I mean, help me make it make sense. They're ignorant. And I know they're for the safe play and all this stuff, and what they are is like my grandma used to say, you bite your head off to spite your face, meaning you'd rather say F it and not make anything, and you're pissing a lot of people off who actually do have money like in your bank, because I'm gonna tell you, a lot of these exchanges now are offering a higher yield just by me putting my cash into the exchange. I mean, I can gain 5% just by holding cash there and not doing nothing with it. And what you're doing is you're making a bunch of people mad, and they're going to pull their money from there and they're going to stuff it into these exchanges and just let it sit and gain interest and just say whatever, you know. So I would rather make money, if I was you guys, than to lose all this money. That's what I just don't get it. And I know what a lot of banking people are going to say. Well, you got all these rich people who buy stable coins, who buy crypto. I'm going to tell you something. Those people do not prop crypto and stable coins up. It's your blue collar workers who like crypto, who like stable coins, who don't have a lot of money. That's what props them up. And the reason why you see so much volatility, like it falls, whatever, yeah, it may fall like 5% one day and you see a big drop in it from rich people flipping it. That's what you see, who has the millions and millions of dollars. But when it pulls back to a certain point, why do you think it stays stable at that certain point? It's because you're blue collar workers and people who like playing crypto, who like playing in the stablecoin fields. That's all of us propping these crypto places up, these crypto exchanges and everything. That comes from us. And we have kept this economy going just like we're keeping the crypto market and the stablecoin market. That's where you've been making most of your money. Think about it. These banks don't think about it like that. They think of looking at these sharks with these big money. Oh, we're going to lose all this. You don't realize where all this money is actually coming from. Maybe you do, and it's just your own ignorance. But the money that gets paid to us, what do? We're Americans. We are consumers. We like to buy cars. We like to buy homes, but we like them new. But we don't have the money. So when we have the money, what do? We go out and get these new cars with car loans, home loans, and things like that we can finally afford. But you're not thinking about it like that. So you'd rather lose out on making money than just lose $6 trillion. So you would lose, I would say you'd probably make your money back within 5 to 10 years. Not only your money, you would probably make, well, if you look at it like this, you lose out on $6 trillion, then turn around in 5 to 10 years, you got 15 trillion because the economy goes back up, the housing market goes back up, the car market goes back up, the savings account, the 401ks. People are going to put this money back into savings, 401ks, home loans, car loans, personal loans. To me, you're just shooting yourself in your own foot. Because if you do pass it without the stablecoin yields, I'm going to tell you right now, the crypto people in this crypto market, the traditional people, they're more likely going to pull their money completely out of your banks because all these exchanges are offering cards right now, like debit cards and credit cards, just for keeping their damn money into these exchanges. And then you're really going to be, effed. I mean, it's crazy. You already own like 20-something trillion in savings, and you won't give up 6 to make 15, and you make a community mad who prop up, a quarter of what you don't want to lose, and you're going to get that to go ahead and go over into all these exchanges, and it's a lose-lose for you unless you just give them the yields. Now, do I personally own any stablecoins right now? No, but do I own crypto? Yes. Would I consider getting into stablecoins? Yes, I most definitely would. But would I keep my money in these stablecoins if I made dividends? No. When I make my dividends, after 1 to 2 years, I'd pull them dividends, and like I said, I would put it right back into my savings and 401k, and I would save that for retirement, because little do you know, by the time our generation is 68, there's not going to be any Social Security, or it's going to be so low that we need that little bumper, that little savings that we got from them dividends that we put back in our banks, or that little money we put back in our 401k to go along with our Social Security. And a lot of people don't think about it like that. But, you got a lot of content creators out there who are saying F the banks and all this, and it's wrong. Yeah, it's wrong, but I mean, why would you say F the banks when the money in return, we recycle money, it goes all back into the banks within 5 to 10 years. That's something you don't realize. You're going to have banks because the money's going to recycle. So instead of saying F the banks and F the stablecoin yields, you guys should be working together to make everybody happy, to make money, not to put it in your own banking pocket, but put it into the United States consumer who buys cars and homes and all this stuff. I mean, like I said, banks are shooting themselves in their own foot, and a lot of content, not only content creators, but people who own stable coins, you shouldn't say F the banks, because you're going to have to go back to these banks, or, to keep your money, to get home loans, to get auto loans and all this stuff. Think about it. It's ignorance. But y'all have a great day. I'm going to go hit this gym. And like I said, please make this video go viral so maybe we can get this out there and make both sides understand this, because it's getting just too out of hand. It's ridiculous. Have a great day.